So today in Here's a Gizmo series, we're going to take a look at the ESP32 Wroom 32. Now this module is something that we've been using for the LCC demonstration plank within the Merseyside area group. So here you can see the pinout for the dev kit that we're going to be using, and here you can see the colours for the GPIO pins as referenced here. So this is a 30 pin board, and it does work nicely with the shield that I will show in a little moment's time. But here you can see it supports a lot of the pins will support pulse width modulation. You've got some other features, so depending if you want to read analog, digital, you've got them available on a couple of pins as well. But for this intro, we're really only going to look at getting started with the dev kit. Obviously, there are different versions on the market which have different chips here. These are really only the USB driver chips, so we don't need to worry about those. This diagram has come from Circuits for You, which has got a lot of information on it. The main thing to know about this board is 3.3 volts tolerant only, and not 5 volts like the Arduino series that we've shown in earlier videos. So to get started using the ESP32, the first thing you'll need to do in your Arduino IDE is go to here, to the board managers, and if you type in ESP32, there are two board managers available. Now I have both installed on my system. I'm going to suggest you use the ESP32 by Expressive to follow along, because this is the one we use for LCC and what I will use for demonstrating how you get started with the ESP32. Some people are experiencing a failure to update the ESP32 as seen here. So if you find this issue, if you go to the forum, or I will put a link into it, it's a quite easy fix to get around the problem. So the first thing we tend to teach people is to start off with some of the examples. So if we go here and we go to our usual examples, basic, and we choose the blink, so it will start a new window up, so I'll just expand that. So obviously if you try this, and when you then go into here, and I've got my ESP32 Wroom connected on COM port 4, so what we can do here is go ESP32, and you'll find there's lots of different ESP32s. The other way we can do it, so if I click on cancel here, is go to tools, and then we go to boards, and we go to ESP32. We can now see we've got them here, and we'll choose the ESP32 Wroom module. And then we just need to tell it what COM port it's on, COM port 5. Now there's a little gotcha. So if we try to compile this, so we can see it's now trying to compile, and it throws up there's an issue with LED built in. And the reason is the Expressive decided they wouldn't define a name of LED built in. So we do have to go in here and say on line 24 we do a define, and it's LED underscore built in, and we need to tell it what pin on the dev board has the built-in LED, and in this case it's pin 2. And now when we go to compile, you'll see it works. So that's the first gotcha that get many people on the ESP32.